And 1.5 hours later, from the very first signs of a few bees swarming out the front, what do we have? We have this hive totally captured, bees out the front, scenting the front to guide other bees in. We've got no activity on things like the fence post here. They've totally left that, totally occupied that. Up here, the other swarm point, the sun's in the way and all the rest, but I can tell you there's hardly a bee up there. Basically, totally captured. More importantly than that, let me pause it and I'll walk to other hives. Hives like this one, wouldn't even know a swarm is. And guess where this hive is? It's just over there. You can see the capture hive, and yet this hive wouldn't even know it was affected. Remember this hive? This was a targeted hive because, this was a hive that was also targeted by the swarm. But the swarm's basically left. Remember I sealed it up for its own protection? Well, those bees, foragers around the front, as you can see there, they did the job. They drove away the attacking swarm or the colonising swarm to that hive. So this hive, I can now remove the entrance like that, and the bees are all fly in, and this hive's back to normal. So, what are our lessons learnt on this? The lessons learnt on this are simple. You can do it really quick. You can, I'll zoom in just so you can see buzzy bees doing all sorts of buzzy little things. Look at them all, bastards everywhere. Anyway, so what's the lessons learned from all this? Be prepared. I'll just let that frame fly over. Oops, I'll stop trying to shake it. Okay, be prepared. Look for the warning signs. Be prepared to jump when the attack starts. You don't have to wait for a full-blown attack, as you've seen in this demonstration. If you do those things, an hour and a half from when the first signs of bees are about to attack, you can have the whole thing captured and done and dusted and all your other hives unaffected. What happens from here now? Simple. This hive, this wooden hive here, let me zoom back. Oops, wrong way. Okay, they're all buzzing, carrying on. This wooden hive here stays here. Why? Because there may be a second swarm come in with the queen. I don't know if the queen came in with this swarm or not, but they will continue to get supplies, even though I put some in there. Propolis, beeswax, native beeswax, they'll get stuff like that and bring it in. They may bring in the queen. So this stays here for a while yet, while they get established with the hive. The other hive that's inside, you don't put it out because it's been scented up for an attack. That's going to a mate's place for about a week while the bees recover from their little attack, and not to allow a swarm or these bees here to smell it and then leave this hive and go to attack that hive. So we leave this hive now here. You will notice now all of a sudden those number of bees out the front, they're dwindling. And why are they dwindling? Because they've now accepted this as home. And you'll notice all these bees going in, very swollen abdomens, they're full of nectar. And they're going to start honey producing, just like in a honeybee hive. Well, not honey producing, they're going to start producing native beeswax. In other words, this colony has well and truly accepted. We've captured the swarm. This is just reducing, and this will just turn into a normal swarm capture. So that's how you do it, nice and quick. As a continual follow-up of what happens during the day, you might be wondering how many losses did I get with this method. You've seen other videos of fighting swarms where there's the ground is carpeted in dead bees. In this attack, I would be lucky if I had 20 bees die. There's not many dead bees down here at all. If there's 20, I'd be lucky. The method I use, you hardly have any casualties. But at 11:30, 2.5 hours since I first noticed it, a second swarm has arrived. I don't know if you could see it up there with the light. Bit hard. But some more bees have suddenly arrived. And there's much more activity out the front again. I'm suspecting the second swarm is the queen is being moved into the hive. Just further signs of success. And to finish up, it's 12 o'clock, 3 hours after I first noticed some unusual bee activity out the front of the hive. We've captured a swarm. A second swarm has been about half an hour ago. They've just totally disappeared and gone, and that's because that was bringing in the queen. And now we've just got normal activity in the hive. It's just dying down. This is just going to turn into a normal hive now. So that's it. 3 hours all done and dusted if you do it properly. Just a nice simple process.